And we're back. We're live. It is a whole new day. It is hump day, Raylene.
Yeah.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
Not that I'm suggesting that, people should be humping or any
Oh, for God's sakes. Right out of the gate.
No
Are you kidding me?
connotation that,
Are you kidding me? Right out of the
there's
gate.
any kind of inappropriateness with humping or hump, the H word, any of that. Okay, I'm just saying that's what people call it. It's called hump day.
Right. And which just means simply the middle of the week.
Thank you. That's it. That's all it is.
If you start your week with Sunday.
True. Yes.
Because to me, hump day would be Thursday. That would be the middle of the week, kind of. Is there a middle? There's 7 days.
I don't friggin' know.
Who knows?
For those of you that are wondering about my voice, it's coming back a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's worse. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know.
It's
ragweed,
goldenrod, paint, a number of the things that you've been doing that are not all that good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pain in the
It's the same
ass.
with me. Look at the little sack under my eye and stuff. I look like I got the crap kicked out of me, and I didn't do anything except for walk around outside.
Is that what that is?
Yes, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
I don't know.
And I called the doc, and I said, I think I have a sinus infection. They said, there's no way you have a sinus infection with all the medicine that you're on right now, all the antibiotics.
Yeah.
Well, then why does my face hurt? Why do I have this sack? And why do my eyes itch? My nose and head feel like they're going to explode.
Well, now we can see you. So,
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great.
Woo. Yeah.
That's exciting.
This is what I'm drinking this morning, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is. I just know that this is better for than coffee.
It probably is,
Probably.
but it's probably going to cause you to be a little bit more mucusy. Just saying.
Jesus.
Yeah, you don't need help with that.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but anyway. Today is Ladies' Day at
Yes.
Vermont Quick Lube.
I was over there
and
yesterday.
Car Wash. And get over there. Ladies, you can go. You can stay in your car. If you have the kids with you, you're out running errands, doing school shopping, whatever.
Yeah.
You need a break, and they're going to be fascinated by what's going on outside of your car. Pull in there. You get 30 minutes of free time while your kids are entertained by everything happening to your car. And they're going to give you a flower and let you go through the car wash, which also is entertaining to some kids.
Sure.
Not always to the dogs.
Yeah.
Petrifies them sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, stay in your car. Get over there. No appointment needed. Pull in. Stay in your car. Pull out. Done.
And by God, if you have a convertible, put the top up before you
Oh,
go.
yes. Don't forget.
God.
Yeah.
And no motorcycles, please.
No.
Over at Vermont Quick Lube.
No. That might be a bit dangerous.
I went in there and asked him.
I wonder if a lady went in there with a motorcycle, though, if the team would, get out the hose and wash their bike. I'm going to ask them that. I bet you they would.
You don't know. And I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
I was over there yesterday, and I shit you not. I walk in there. Jacob Roy has a platter of wings that he had done.
Goodness.
I mean, piled probably
and
8
you
inches
were
high.
brokenhearted.
I had to get going, and I didn't want to get it all over my hands, and then it would be all over the steering wheel, then it would be all over the front of my shirt.
So did you just tie something on the front of you, put them all in here and eat like
a
this?
feedback.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
But Jacob, who is the assistant manager over there, he makes wings all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Mm-hmm. And they're damn good.
It's the understatement.
Yeah. He had them at the little opening that they had over there, the function that we did for Marcus Bisson.
Yeah.
And they were amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Blueberry something that day. I can't remember.
Yeah, blueberry chipotle.
Yeah.
We got Chris Massey with us. We got Booten with us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm going to check birthdays here in just a second. Heather Slayton is on her way.
Mm-hmm.
With a lady named Cassandra, who I've never met before.
And we're going to talk soccer.
Yeah, well, soccer, but there's a story behind this. She and Cassandra are in cahoots to basically shake it up in Barrytown.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
Especially for kids that may have some physical or emotional challenges. They're doing great stuff. And
it's awesome.
I can't wait to share the story with you. So we're going to do that in just a little bit. Anything trending this morning in Vermont or anything you want to talk about?
There's something that I want to talk about.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. So, as you know, the Parrott family is someone, they're a group of people that hold a very special place in my heart.
Yes.
And we all know that they have experienced a extreme tragedy. They had a fire. They lost everything, literally everything, pets and everything, as well as the Parrotts, their niece and her boyfriend lost a lot that day too, emotionally.
Sure.
They were there. They were alone. The house catches fire. They're frantic. And I am somebody that has seen the video, heard the video, heard the screams and the cry and the panic and the crackling of the fire. And that was traumatizing for me. And made my heart go in my throat.
Sure.
I cannot imagine being those kids.
Yeah.
And being in that situation. I can't imagine losing every single thing I own, right down to a tube of toothpaste that you don't even think about every day when you pick it up to put it on your brush.
Sure.
Brock and Val and their whole family are extremely grateful for everything that this community has done.
Okay.
Extremely grateful. They are people that have always given, and no doubt in my mind that they will find a way to pay this back somehow, because they gave before this even happened.
Sure.
But they are extremely grateful. Unfortunately, we have people in our community that also like to make their own story about the events.
We call them shit stirrers.
Yeah, we call them. I have other names for them today, but because when a family that has gone through so much shit finds the need to defend themselves.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It makes me want to puke.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And if you are one of these shit stirrers, you should be extremely ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
And I hope that nothing like this ever happens to you. I really don't. Wouldn't wish it upon anybody. But shut your mouth.
Yeah. Well,
but I want to tell what they say, if I can.
Are you sure you want to air that out?
Yes, I've talked to Val.
Okay.
And and they felt they needed to defend themselves, but they don't want this. They don't want these rumors to ever be. There is no shadow over this. Like for the family, they need to feel like they need to defend, but not even for themselves, but for their niece.
All right.
Who has been traumatized enough.
Okay.
And their stuff, their belongings, yes, they have a lot of grief. It's personal. They can replace their belongings. They can rebuild. They have each other, and they're going on. That's who they are. But you have this young woman and her boyfriend who lost a lot emotionally.
Okay.
Those are things that you can't get a gift card for that.
Sure, of course.
This is making it even worse. Like, why would you want to do such a thing? Just shut up. Just shut up. But they say finding a new normal right now is hard. We are still so thankful for all of your thoughts, kind words, and support. The rumors, though, we could do without them. The kindness and love we continue to be shown far exceeds the jealousy and hate out there. We signed a lease on a home in Williamstown this evening, which was last night. We are looking forward to having a place to call home for a short time. We will be bringing our 2 cats, Willow and Steve. As far as rumors, we know they are common when there is a public event. Here are some facts. Number 1, we did not set our house on fire. We loved our house. We have raised our children there and have worked very hard to make a home for them. We are grossly underinsured, and most people, because of cost of building supplies, are underinsured. Our pets mean the world to us. We were 3.5 hours away at the time of the fire on vacation, where we have vacationed every year since the kids were very small. Number 2, there was no party at our house any time before we left for vacation or while we were gone. We are very boring people. We have security cameras that show who was at our house and when. Frankie and Ryan are not and have not been under investigation since the fire. They have been excluded from the investigation based on our security footage. They did everything absolutely perfectly. Our pets had amazing last days because of Ryan Sayers and Francesca Jade. 4, we had functioning smoke alarms on every floor and in most rooms. 8 alarms in total, all functioning. The alarms are what saved Ryan and Frankie's lives. 5, there was no delay in calling 911. The call was placed immediately after the kids found their way out of the house, also proven by security footage. We understand the delay in emergency services arriving has to do with the road being blocked because our address was posted online and many people flocked to the fire. Our house burnt incredibly fast. 6, the 2 gentlemen who showed up randomly were on our road by chance. They ran toward the fire trying to help Ryan get our pets out. We've met them personally and are so thankful for their efforts. Our fire is still under investigation. We too are desperate for answers. We have no information to share at this time. We often wished we lived our pets' lives. They are missed. And then when I talked to her this morning, about this, because this made me so incredibly upset, she's not even mad. Because that's the kind of people they are. Yeah. They're not even mad. They're not rich. They're business owners. They had nice things. They work damn hard every day for those nice things. Both their vehicles are at that shop every single day. Mm-hmm. You go in there and it's not a case of the owner's not here. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of businesses, the owner is there. Right. They're there to help you. I have never been in there and not had Val be the one to help me, or Brock be at the counter to ring me up or help me with an invoice issue. They are there. And yeah, I don't understand. I really don't.
We've talked about this before. A lot of people have nothing else better to do than create stuff and stir shit and make life miserable for other people.
Yeah, and they could be hindering the investigation. That's the thing, is these rumors just cause more pause so that something else can be looked into. When it's just just bullshit.
Yeah.
And for what?
Yeah, for what gain? Yeah.
Yeah, what do you gain from it? Just go back in your hole.
Yeah.
Where you belong and stay there. If your life is that miserable.
Listen, I said on the air, and I've said to you personally, that this is not one of those events where it happens, we rally short term, and then we move on and forget about it.
Right.
We have to stand by the parrots for a long time.
Yeah, this isn't
just a one and done type thing. We've got to continue to support them. And anyone
emotionally,
anyone in Central Vermont, physically and emotionally, and in any way that we can. And if that's, getting your business cards done over at Yipes, or having a decal put on your car, or whatever it may be.
Or just a kind word.
Absolutely.
Just be kind. Or don't say anything at all.
Right.
That can be helpful. Just don't talk about something
right.
you know nothing about, and that doesn't affect you in any way, but that has greatly affected somebody in our community.
This is where social media, I mean, there's so many great things about social media, and there's some really dark and horrible things about it. And
I agree.
This is definitely one of them right here. People just use the platform to
and it's just and people talking
shit.
too. It's people talking too. It's
too
not
bad.
just social media, but yeah.
Well, we will continue.
But they are grateful. They are grateful, and they just want everybody to know that they are grateful, and that this will not cast a shadow over the good that so many have done, and over their feeling of gratefulness and their love for the community and for everybody that has, helped them in any small way. And
well, we got some comments coming in about this, so and we encourage people to engage and comment and share your thoughts on this. But I'm glad you read that from Val.
It was from Val and Brock, and then and like I said, I spoke with her, and she said it has brought so much into perspective, even what you feel is a necessity. And she says, you take a can, you get a can, and then you realize I don't have a can opener. You have some pots and pans so you can cook something, but then you realize I don't have a strainer. And so your perspective on what you truly need in life, shampoo, things that you don't think of, toothpaste, toothbrush, all of those little things that you have to replace are actually the big things.
We all take so much for granted. Immediately when I found out about this, right within seconds, are they okay? Are they alive?
Same.
Because the rest of it is all, I mean, of course there's a lot of emotional attachment to sentimental things. I've got a ton in my house, photographs that you can't get back, so on and so forth. But the rest of it is just material.
Yeah.
And although it's something that we need to function, a roof over our head, I mean, these basic survival skills, or not skills, but requirements, needs that we have, they can be replaced. It'll take some time, and it'll take some patience. But I think with a community like this in Central Vermont, especially Williamstown, I mean, they rally hardcore for their own in that town. We're going to pull out of this, and they're going to be just fine. But we're not going to forget about it.
No.
We're going to continue to support them and follow their progress and what's being done. and they're going to be just fine.
They are.
They still have their business, and most importantly,
their kids,
they
their
still
family.
have each other.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Thank God.
We have a mix of sun and clouds today on your Wednesday. Maybe a rain shower or 2 or 3 throughout the day. Did you ever get those heavy monsoon downpours that we were talking about?
I did not, but my sister did. In Essex and in South Burlington. Yep.
Last night.
Yep.
All right.
And all day yesterday.
Yeah.
She said it was crazy.
It was pretty isolated.
Yeah.
Clear skies tonight for the most part are out in 59, and then tomorrow 81, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower as we get closer to the weekend on Friday. Thunderstorms could be strong, 78 for the high. But Thursday night racing at Thunder Road looks like it's going to be just perfect. 59 degrees, partly cloudy. As we said yesterday, that's going to be great racing weather. And if you're looking ahead to the weekend, looks good. Plenty of sunshine and 70s on Saturday. Back to summer on Sunday with temps in the mid 80s for the daytime high. Birthdays today. We have a few. We have Caitlin Dufree. We have Tom Foran, Adam Steinberg, Heather Smith, Terry Raymond, Justin Ellis. Let's see. Carolyn Kane, Diane Moore, Janalee Perry Hoyt on the birthday list today. All local birthdays.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah. Should we check in with Heather Slayton, find out what's going on over there?
We can.
Should we give her a call, or should we just go live in the studio right here? Look at that! Oh my God, how did you do that, Heather?
It's almost like I've been here before.
How are you, honey?
Doing well. How are you?
Glad to see you.
You too.
Tell us about Cassandra sitting right next to you. Hi, Cassandra.
Hi.
Why don't you introduce her, Heather, if you would?
Yeah, so this is my friend Cassandra Damaris, another autism mom.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hardworking girl here
Yeah.
who has decided to make sure that all kiddos can access soccer this year. So very grateful for her.
Yeah. So how did this all start? But between the two of you, you tried to get something going and ran into a couple of roadblocks, right?
Yeah. So originally last year, I signed my daughter up for soccer,
Yeah.
knowing that they have a kindergarten clinic for BYSA. And I was told, she's too old for the kindergarten clinic. Let's just put her on a team. And I said, I appreciate that. And they're like, yeah, let's give her a T-shirt, give her a soccer ball, and she can just play with the first and second graders. And I was like, she's going to have to play with them, and I'll just have to sign up to assistant coach because
You need to be there.
I need to be there, and she needs to be supported. It's not
Sure.
a neurotypical situation, and it's not safe for her to participate. So I went to every practice. I coached when I could, but she needed the program to be adapted. She couldn't play with the other kids safely when they were necessarily playing like a group game.
Yeah.
She has autism, and she has also, with autism, comes with some other disabilities, like she tends to be clumsy and fall over.
Yep.
She also sees a butterfly and she wants to chase it. So
Sure.
if the other kids are kicking the ball one way and she's
Sure.
like, oh, no, we're going that way.
Right.
It could be frustrating for the other kiddos. So she didn't participate in games, and her coach was like, oh, no, she's got a really good kick and she throws in really well. I'm like, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but
Yeah.
it's not a safe environment.
Yeah.
So we finished through the season, and she loved it. Toward the spring this year, they sent an email asking for new soccer board members or any parents willing to volunteer. And I said, you know what, I'm actually reaching out because I'd be willing to start up an adaptive soccer program. I wouldn't mind coaching, wouldn't mind piloting, whatever you need, but I know there's other kids in the community that would benefit from this. There's at least 4 other kids in my daughter's class that would benefit from this, and that's just in her grade.
Sure. Not to mention.
Oh, yeah,
all
any
of
other
the
grade.
others.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Sure.
So if it can't be the kindergarten clinic, why can't it be an adaptive soccer clinic? And I didn't hear anything back. And that was like the end of April, beginning of May, maybe.
Okay.
And so I waited, and then a month goes by, and I hear, hey, time for soccer signups. I was like, wait a minute, so did this mean that you didn't have an interest? Or I sent you guys this email. I didn't hear anything back. Did you want anything about this? Again, didn't hear anything. I saw that they shared something about the Facebook page wanting to do the parade later, and I'd gotten hold of Heather. I was like, hey, they're not responding to me, and I'm not really sure. Like, they're still advertising for signups, and they sent me a response saying that they got Zane's information, but I'm still not getting a response about the other part of soccer that I've asked about. What do I do? Because I need to do this. She needs to be able to play soccer. These other kids need to be able to play soccer. If I don't go through them, what do I do?
Right.
I need your big mouth.
Yep.
And so that's how Heather came in.
Yes.
Because Heather's mouthy.
Well, and listen, you both are moms of children with autism.
Yeah.
You have how many kids, Cassandra?
I have 2, and actually, I'm speaking to somebody that's also neurodivergent.
Yeah.
I have ADHD, and I've had several concussions. Mm-hmm. So I'm technically somebody with a TBI now.
Yeah.
And my son has ADHD, but he has assistance for that, so he's able to be on the regular teams. So I coach his team as well, because he does sometimes need to step aside and have things broken down a little bit, but he's able to get back on track, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's not the case for all kids.
Everyone's different.
Oh, yeah. And they need to be taught differently. It needs to be allowed for them to be able to be taught differently.
Yeah. So, Heather, how many kids do you have?
Total? 5 at home and an adult with her own family.
Okay. All right. And of the kids, how many have autism?
3.
Okay. Wow. So
one that will fall into the age group that we're opening this soft opening clinic for.
All right. So you both are very much on the same page and understand each other.
Yes.
What you're going through.
Yep.
The daily challenges that can present themselves.
Totally.
Let alone trying to be part of any kind of group sporting event. I mean, that's a whole different bag. So you both decided to hell with it. We're going to do our own thing. We're going to create our own adaptive soccer camp.
Right. And so when I started, when I finally kind of got connected to the email train that she had started, and then said, we're willing to just wing this on our own. Mm-hmm. But in order to reserve field space, we're going to need to fall under somebody's certificate of insurance. Okay. Whose might that be? BYSA, VSA, we don't know. The person she'd been trying to contact through BYSA did pass our information along to the VSA.
Okay.
And then we were thankfully connected to Ed DeMulder, who is the top soccer director for Vermont.
Okay.
And New England?
He's Eastern rep.
He's the Eastern rep.
The Eastern border.
Wow.
The one piece of information I didn't bring with me, and I have too much in my head today.
He used to be the president, I think, of everything, from what I remember.
Yes.
And he just stepped down from that.
So what we thought was going to be a very small, local, wing it, on our own, out-of-pocket thing.
Yeah.
A week later became the 3rd in the state certified top soccer program, which is a nationally recognized under the Soccer Association.
Wow.
I think he said we're awesome. 1 out of 9,000 in the country right now.
Right.
And the eastern states take up 40% of the top soccer programs.
Right.
Wow.
And so we are one of 3 in the state of Vermont, and it's 2 people.
So good reason that this got some traction right away.
Yeah, oh yeah. And
what's
they're
that
like,
tell you?
He's like, VSA knows about you girls. They know your names. I was like, slow down.
Wow.
Yeah, it exploded in about 4 days. So that was kind of neat and a little bit scary, but here we are.
So it's the K-8 Soccer Adaptive Clinic.
So Top Soccer doesn't use the word adaptive, which we learned during our certification training.
I think we initially put the word adaptive as like it was more obvious to the families in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also used to work with kids that I used to work at Washington County, so I was working with kids both with autism, with emotional issues, like everything. So I'm experienced in all those areas.
Right.
So I was comfortable with anything. Some
Okay.
kids just can't regulate emotions or
Right.
they get really easily frustrated. So yeah, I'm adapting to that. But that's not a word that they use.
It's
So
not.
This
But-
year, this is the word we're using.
Right. This year we chose that because we did want to make it very clear to people that this was not just an alternative to a BYSA soccer team.
Right.
Like,
We
oh,
wanted-
it doesn't fit your schedule.
Right.
We're adapting to your schedule.
Right. It's
Wow.
not a schedule adaptation. It's for kids with anything that would hold them back from participating on a typical team. So whether it's a physical, cognitive, emotional challenge, whatever that is, this could be the team for you if you're in grades K through 8.
What about volunteers? What about help that you
Oh, yeah.
might need?
We need them. So the plan is, and this is how Top Soccer does it, and so this is our plan too, because it's clearly a brilliant way to do things, is to have buddies. One buddy assigned to each participant so that they have consistency and preferably, but
teenager.
not required, a soccer player from high school or anybody who has a passion for making somebody's love of the game be successful.
Let them
Okay.
fit in. Like, make them feel like they're wanted on a team.
Yep.
Make them feel like they're part of something. And honestly, for some of these kids, like, this is the best part of their day.
Sure.
Ed was telling us that some of the kids get their jersey, they go home, and mom and dad have to take it off of them in their sleep because they're like, no,
Sure.
I'm part of a team now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope, I'm on a team.
Right.
And the older kids there, like, it's fun to learn from us. They're on a team, but if a big kid's there teaching them to play soccer,
Sure.
So much
how
cooler.
much more exciting is that?
Of course.
Yeah.
And you want the buddies there so that the parents
Can
can
sit.
sit on the sideline like any other parents at their child's team sport and just
Right.
enjoy watching their child learn and have fun.
And honestly, like, yes, the kiddos there playing soccer, they're going to take away the love of the game, hopefully, and being able to feel something. But think of what those teenagers are going to take away from that. They're learning about somebody else that doesn't probably live the same way that they do.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, it's more than just community service
Of course.
hours.
Much more.
So,
Yeah.
which,
Light
by the
years
way, are
beyond.
required for graduation. So,
Okay. Well, that's
you know,
interesting.
get a hold of us.
Yeah.
We're going to give the email here in just a second for people to get registered and inquire, get some more information. But this is starting up September 11th.
Yes, and it
Yeah.
runs for 6 Sundays, so through October 16th.
All right. And you're asking folks to get registered by the 1st, September 1st?
Did I put that on the flyer?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. It's been so long since I put it out there.
We've just been getting emails, so
So, yeah, preferably, but, you know, there's no such thing as too late.
we want to make
Okay.
sure we have enough shirts and balls and things for
Sure.
the kids.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Also, it's something to point out, sturdy footwear. Cleats are not required.
Right.
They're great, but not all these kids are going to put on a pair of cleats. They're not my
Okay.
daughter's favorite shoes to wear.
And not everybody can afford a pair of cleats, and that's
Right.
fine too. So,
Sure.
like a solid pair of sneakers
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a water
Water
bottle.
bottle.
A water bottle.
All you need.
And it's for an hour. Kids are free to take their own break time if they need it. Everything. We're going to have visuals there. Some of the kids are nonverbal.
Yeah.
Again, we have buddies hopefully coming, so we
Yep.
can have 2 helpers maybe for one kiddo, or if they can't necessarily move around on their own.
It's free. It's completely
Yeah.
free
Yeah.
this
I was going to
year.
ask you what's the charge?
Yeah. So for this year, it's free.
Shirt.
You'll get a shirt. Each participant will get a shirt. This year, it's free because honestly, you know, we're just starting.
Sure.
So it will be completely free. Parents are required to stay because, you know your child better than anybody does. So it's
Okay.
really just a safety and a help us get to know them thing. We're working with no budget right now. Top Soccer does have a budget, but because we were just winging it this year before we realized we would become Top Soccer, decided to just do it for free. We have been blessed by 2 very generous, one generous entity and one very generous person. So Shannon Sanborn has donated a mass of balls to us.
Yes.
And
Wow.
Washington County Mental Health has generously donated all of the pop-up pug goals that we need.
That's fantastic.
It is amazing because I was going to buy the goals out of pocket, and
Yeah.
we were going to
I
just
think that's incredible.
hope
And
for balls and borrow balls.
I'm
And
just seeing here in the comments that Amy's Armoire has plenty of soccer shoes.
they do have a lot of cleats over there, yeah. So
Okay.
if people do need them, I was going to say that too. If people are interested in cleats, that is the place to go to get them. I've been sending a lot of people that way, telling them if you need cleats, head on over.
Okay.
Because I've been
Nice.
seeing her post about them. So if you're interested in them, I would definitely go
I'm
there
wondering,
first.
for some of our families that maybe don't have regular transportation, if it's something that we can bring to that first clinic as well.
Cleats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
we should, yeah.
but you need volunteers.
So we definitely need volunteers. And so anybody who wants to register or volunteer should email us at
Yes.
berryadaptivesports@gmail.com.
All right.
All lowercase.
Yep, all lowercase.
Got it?
So this, as soon as this clinic is over, all of this information is going to change because we are now a top soccer program. So I'm not going to give you any of that information now because it will just confuse people.
I got you. I got you.
But yeah, so this year everything is free. Thankfully, we've gotten the donations and stuff we need so that we're not all digging holes to get it
That's
going.
great.
But that's very cool.
Do you need more funds, Heather?
So, we were talking about this the other day, and I really need to. My first move is always like, let's do a fundraiser.
Mine
Right.
too.
Sure.
And I need to look into what the rules are with that for top soccer.
Sure.
So, yeah, my gut instinct is always like, be the professional beggar that you are. But I'm not sure what's allowed yet, so I have to
Okay.
look.
Yeah, because when we were talking to Ed, he was saying like one of the programs always gives their kids a T-shirt or a sweatshirt.
Yeah, sweatshirts.
They
and stuff.
always
I'm
give
like,
their kids the sweatshirt the first year, and after that, it's up to them to buy like a bigger size as they grow. Each kid gets a jersey every year and a ball or something, and at the end of the year, they give them a little trophy.
and I'm not sure how their budget works or if
Right.
they're fundraising.
So I'm not sure if they're fundraising for
I
that.
have a lot of homework to do.
Yeah. But
I have
those are
no
things to
doubt
know.
that you will figure it all out.
Oh, I
and
will.
The two of you will
Yeah.
When
rock this.
When I
Yeah.
first saw this poster that you have made, the K through 8 soccer adaptive clinic, my initial instinct was, well, this must be something that's already been in existence. And
No,
it's-
not here.
Not here.
So Top Soccer has one group in Essex and one in
Woodstock.
Woodstock. Thank you.
Which was kind of confusing.
Yes. So we're it in the middle.
But to have this in Central Vermont this is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's funny. The Woodstock is actually Woodstock, Central Vermont, and so we thought we were going to be the Central Vermont, but actually we're the
Capital
region because they already have the Central Vermont name,
Yep.
Incredible.
and so we are the capital region.
So no cost,
But no cost.
no special equipment needed.
No.
You get to come and have fun, most importantly,
Yes.
to learn and to have some laughter, run around, get moving
Yep.
before the
Yes.
snow flies.
Yes.
Absolutely get your kids moving. It's really,
Yes.
really good for them to be out and moving about.
Yes. And this is not specific to Barrie. So the way that BYSA has always worked is that obviously it's open to the Barrie district, right? So if your program, your school or club program outside of the Barrie district does not offer a sport that BYSA does, you are able to come and participate in the BYSA sport. So like say with wrestling, because it's what I always go to, if your school doesn't offer a wrestling program, you can come wrestle with us. So we've always had kids from like Berlin or Northfield, wherever, in Washington would come wrestle with us because their schools don't have a program. And if they do, then you don't, because we don't hijack from other programs, right?
Right.
And so we're really basing ours off of the same thing. Like if you have something in your area that is the same thing, then we wouldn't want to take you away from that group.
Sure.
But if you don't have this available, then you can come to us. So we're not limiting it in any way to if you don't live in Barrie, you can't play. And so we do have folks coming from other areas. And the same with the buddies. Like, actually, the buddies that have signed up are all Harwood High School girls soccer players.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I love
honestly, Ed was saying that the Essex program has like a waiting list of buddies now.
Yep.
Like over 30 students are waiting to become buddies because their program is
That's
something
amazing.
that they're all looking forward to.
That's awesome.
How many
Yeah.
kids do we have signed up so far?
13.
13 kids and three
Three or
how
four
many
buddies.
3, 4 buddies, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
We need to level that out a little with
Yeah,
the buddies.
and we know that we need a couple of extra buddies right now due to some of the kiddos' limitations.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to be a buddy, but I don't know if I can run around the field. You know?
Well, maybe not everybody is a runner either.
Right.
That's the
Mine
thing.
is a runner,
Right.
so you definitely would have to put on your running shoes.
Oh, there's non-running buddies?
There's some
Not-
buddies
well,
that will not be
you
running.
might you might have non-running participants.
Non-running participants.
Okay.
But during that training session,
That's when you'll find out.
You'll
You'll
find out if you're a
get teamed up
buddy.
with a kiddo and
Yeah.
learn all about what they need for support. So,
So the way to do this is barryadaptivesports@gmail.com.
Barry Adaptive Soccer.
Okay.
Did I say sports?
Yes.
Oh, for the love. It's been a long day. I've been working since
All right.
4.
No, that's no problem.
I'm sorry.
But that's the way to learn more.
Yeah.
Barry Adaptive Soccer at
yeah, it'll
Gmail.
email right directly to us.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll both get it.
And what's the deadline for this?
Just for the sake of trying to make sure we get shirts in September 1st, but realistically, if you let us know
Yeah.
before the day of, we'll figure it out.
All right.
Ideally, we'd like to have a day where we can train the buddies prior to the kids coming. We want to try
Right.
to pair them up with a kiddo so that they consistently have the same person because the kid's going to be counting
Right.
on that person to come every week for them.
Sure.
And we want to make sure that relationship stays. A lot of these kiddos, consistency is key.
Right.
So not having the same person every week is confusing
That's
and
right.
difficult.
Barry Adaptive Soccer
Yes.
at
Sorry.
gmail.com. Got it. All right.
So, just in case people are worried about weather,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
we are planning a backup spot. So
Okay.
we don't want people to have to get confused between do we drive here or do we drive there?
Mm-hmm.
And so we've also requested use of the school gym,
Okay.
just because we haven't mentioned location yet at all. So we will be at the upper soccer field at Barrytown Middle and Elementary School, which is if you drive out the dirt road
Yeah.
to the rec pavilion
Towards the dog park.
out
Yes,
back.
past
Yes,
the dog
past
park.
the dog park
Yeah.
to the pavilion where we
Yes.
hold all the color runs.
By the skate park.
fenced
Travis
So-
Mercy Skate Park.
Yeah. So past all that, out back, there's the upper soccer field that has the track that runs around it.
Right.
That is where we will be outside. If we get 20 degrees and torrential downpours or lightning, then our plan, pending approval, will be to move into the gymnasium at Barrytown Middle
Okay.
and Elementary School.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep
we
the
only have
kids
6
moving.
weeks. Yeah,
Right.
we only have 6 weeks. We don't want them to miss it. Some of
Right.
them depend on that schedule.
Cancellation is so
course.
hard. And
Of
even
course.
moving from a planned field into the gym will be a hard transition for some kids.
Right.
Yeah, like we have the kids that have sensory processing, so noises outside aren't as big of a deal. But when you move inside of a building where it's echoing, all
Sure.
of a sudden those kids aren't having difficulty outside. They're going to be the ones having difficulty.
Those balls are going to sound horrible.
You're right.
So, to that end, people should be thinking about what do I need to bring to make this easier on my kiddo? So,
Yep.
if your child has headphones that they use to make those things more comfortable, please bring them.
Okay.
Anything that your child needs to adapt to transitions in different environments, please
Sure.
bring it.
Yeah, we're going to have a Chewy on hand for my daughter. It's a little rubber piece. She needs that. She's overstimulated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bring whatever you would
Yeah.
normally bring to change environments and make them more comfortable.
I think it's impressive that when you guys had the concept of this, that you didn't let anything get in your way, and said
She sure didn't.
we're going to do this no matter what happens. I think that's awesome. It's great. And congratulations. And Heather, thank you for telling me about this, or
Yeah.
telling Raylene and I about
And
it.
have a super successful season and
We hope
follow
to.
up with us so that we know how it went.
Please.
We will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thanks for giving us somewhere to just make
Air
sure
it
that
out.
more
Air it out,
people, we
yeah.
got to air it out, man. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you, ladies, so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Don't forget, sun and clouds today. Slight chance of a rain shower, 82, but the weather tomorrow on Thursday looks pretty good, 81. Slight chance of a rain shower, cloudy skies, and for the final night of racing at Thunder Road, which is tomorrow night.
Run what you brung.
Run
And
what you brung.
tonight, please don't forget to stop by the Berry Farmers Market, 3:30 to 6:30. Fresh sweet corn, carrots, beets, baked goods, jams, jellies, crafts, you name it, it's over there. Cash or a card, stop in.
Can't talk.
You gonna make it? No. JD's just choking to death over here.
Apologize. Yeah, and that's important that you mentioned that you can bring your card.
Yes, you can bring your card and bring a grocery bag with you.
Sure.
I always forget.
I'm
and
going
then
over
I'm
to
one
get
of
the.
these people that is trying to get back to the car, dropping things,
Yeah.
and they're rolling
Oh,
down
yeah.
the sidewalk, and I'm chasing it because I forget my grocery bag.
I'm going to go over and get some of those softball sized beets that I saw last time. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So let's wrap it up for today. But just to give a heads up, Chris Autry's going to be in here real soon, and as he typically does, he just throws gas on the fire.
Yes. But
so
we love that.
we do. He's going to be in here real soon. We'll work it out, and we're gonna schedule it. We're gonna pre-promote it. But he's got a lot to say, and we'll make sure that everybody knows about it. So be well, take good care of one another. God bless, and we'll catch you next time on Aired Out.
Have a great day.